Ladies and gentlemen, presenting you with one of the last remaining matches in round 1 of stage 2. And we have a match between Keter and Stoicheia. A very, very interesting one, might I say, because this is going to be a battle of decks which prioritize stability and pride themselves on their ability to always build back the field. That's right, up in the top corner, bearing the red gloves, it is Thunderfire making another run for Alden. Meanwhile, down in the blue corner, we've got the tried and true Mazcoon with his faithful Estacion deck. Back for a 3rd video already. Man is quite popular, and so far he's been going more or less undefeated in those recordings here, only suffering one minor loss in between due to a very interesting strategy pulled up by Alcalibra, but nevertheless making it the top cut despite this and hoping to prove his mettle against the Noble Knight. And I have no commentator with me today, so it's just gonna be yours truly doing this one. But don't worry, there's still gonna be a lot of action and commenting to be made here, so stick around because the fireworks are about to go off. Are we ready, fellas?
Ready.
Sure, why not? Let's say so.
All right then. Stand up.
Vanguard!
Okay, I'm going first.
Okay, so we're not saying our starters' names this time. Got it.
I forgot. I'm sorry. I'm very nervous. I draw. Okay, well that's interesting. I have to immediately now think. Yeah, I think I have to. I will write Tranquilia, set my energy generator, and end my turn.
Alright, it is my go. Alright, so we can work with this. I'll discard Summary here. And then we are going to ride into the grade 1 Estacion!
Alright, the war cry Maz has been well known for, documented, showing off by intimidating his opponents with the sheer ferocity of Estacion! Going second provides Maz extra draws and energy here, but there's not really a lot of benefits for Estacion to go second in this matchup, as most of its cards don't really regard the opponent in their scaling, more so just your gauges. So one could say that Alden has a little bit of advantage here, but let's see if they can capitalize on it. Looks like Maz is coming in for the attack now.
Okay, this is sorry, how much is this again? Okay, it's just an 8. All right. I will guard with Arshes. So this is.
Oh, hey, look at that!
Oh no! I over-triggered.
I said that I was going to do this in our pre-talk discussion. In the pre-video discussion, I said I was going to do this. Why? Why did I speak into existence? Why?
Oh. Maz pulling off another troll maneuver on accident, seeing the OT here. Oh no. Well, they do call it OT to pass for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. Thunder's gonna have to take 2.
I will damage check. Okay, well, there goes one of my fronts.
I pass it over.
I draw. Okay, well, this is something else. I will have to discard this in order to ride Studious. Before we do that, I will actually use my energy generator to get energy. And then with the effect of Tranquilia, look at the top 5 cards of the deck. Oh wow, this is interesting. I suppose I'll add Tolpaz to the hand.
Ooh, adding a very key rear guard for Alden off the top 5 there. Tolpaz adding both power and shield, as is customary for what constitutes a good card in Alden these days.
I will go 10k Vanguard.
I am no guarding this. Hit me.
I'm hoping I get a heal. Okay, well, that's something else. That works.
Oh, and the church order being immediately revealed there. So Estacion now has a leg up on what one of Alden's strategies is probably going to be here at this point.
So you go do this. Ride grade 2. Grade 1 on ride, Soul Blast, and Reveal. Get our token. Then grade 2 finds me the order.
All right, everything's busting on this turn here. Turn 2 is really big for Estacion, getting the T-posting chicken nugget, as the community likes to call it, as well as being able to get its key order, the Vital Blaze Blast, which puts itself as a gauge as well as calling out the top 5. We've seen it a couple different times here in this tournament, folks. It's definitely very, very strong. Gets you a lot of advantage in scaling in the later game here. Estacion has a lot of really strong calls they could go for this point here. We've got things like Mushroom, potentially Matus. We could even going for something a little avant-garde like Ignacio, which now that the blast is in effect would be able to be an extra power and shield. So we're going to get a call here on though. He's like Maz is thinking here. Overall game state definitely showing a lot of card advantage for Estacion though. I wonder if Alden will be able to leave a dent in those defenses by the time it goes to grade 3.
I'm going to call 0, so instead I just call out an 8th land token.
Vital Blaze Blast, not seeing anything off the top 5, so instead it's going to be constituting a little friend out there, the first of many. And here comes a particularly helpful little friend, getting out 2 more of those buddies. And I must say, ladies and gentlemen, after watching Estacion in battle so many times, if this deck ever got out of control and they needed to hit something, it'd probably be the mushrooms.
I was really hoping you just didn't draw that, honestly.
Oh, we can all hope and hope for a lot of things, but unfortunately, hope can only get us so far. Speaking of hope, I just drew another one.
Oh my goodness.
Maz getting more of his little buddy on that field. And another tried and true strategy by Maz here. He does not go halfsies on this token. If he can suck up 3, he's going to suck up 3. He's trying to maximize the ramping aspect of Estacion as much as possible. All right, now big Estacion coming for 15.
I will think. One second. Let's see. Yeah, I legitimately don't think I can risk this, so I'll have to do. Yeah. You know what? I'll risk it. If you crit me. No guard.
Well, I critted you.
Oh no!
Okay.
And it looks like Alden is getting beat down by one crit after the other. This is not looking good, folks. Oh man. Nothing too helpful. The damage checks, although front trigger does make this an even 20 on 20.
I'm sorry for that. I didn't want that to happen.
Don't worry about it. It's the game. It's Cardfight Vanguard in a nutshell. Don't worry about it. Honestly, this is the Estacion matchup I practice, so this is fair enough. I will stand and draw. Okay, well, this is something interesting. I will... Yeah.
Grade 3 here. Starting with a huge deficit of 1 to 4, and Estacion looking quite healthy in the hand department all the while. This is not looking good, but we shouldn't underestimate Alden. It could still make a comeback. Having to discard Persona Ride in order to make this right, though. That's quite unfortunate because with another one stuck in the damage zone, seems Thunder's trying to prioritize the hand here, but his ability to finish the game is coming at a detriment for it.
I will... 2, 3... Yes, I think I can do this. I will call Financier from the top 5 cards of the deck.
Alright, Financier coming on down. Its ability allows you to put a church order, and interestingly, it puts it directly into the order zone, meaning that the normal order is not used up on this play. A very nice combo if you happen to find multiples.
And I'm immediately going to play it.
All right, church orders coming on down. Hopefully they'll be enough to try and come back from that huge beatdown from Estacion.
I will call Rasional. Affect the Energy Blast 4, draw 1 card. Oh, well that's very nice. I will call Iltrid. Okay, nice, that works. And then I will call... This is going to make numbers anyway, so that doesn't matter. I will call out And
He's thinking hard about the remaining cards in his hand. Is he potentially trying to consider Divine Skill here or not?
let's see. You have. Okay. This is that. Yes, I think I have to do this. I will call. Yeah, I'll just call it here. I just met Dragon.
Oh, Aegis Mare coming on down. Very nice here for Alden to be able to use the PG as a booster in the simplified game state. With the order in effect, the PG can come down as a shield, and unfortunately for Estacion's ability does not prevent the use of the order to move it over to the Guardian Circle. So no matter how much it tries to stun it, it won't be able to prevent this. So a really nice countermeasure from Thunder here.
I will now proceed to battle.
Alright, so it looks like they're not going to be using Divine Skill, nor are they going to fill in that final open spot on the board there. I guess they're trying to min-max as much as possible here.
I'll go Raziel in 13.
I will no guard this first one. Critical off X to Van.
Ooh, alright, and Maz is continuing to hit the triggers that he needs here.
I'll go 19. And effect of Alden, Counterblast 1, to draw a card. And, ooh. Well, that changes things. I am going to Superior Call. Starry Sky Knight 0.
Oh, now this is an interesting card here to get called. Oh man, people forget this is actually generically applicable. Now let's see how Thunder proves just how generically applicable it is.
Raziel's skill, add an extra 10,000 power on top of Alden's boost. And with Zero's ability, I Counterblast 1 and draw 1 card.
Oh, alright, being able to get an extra card there, and Zero also being able to have a good beater ability, being an extra 20, then 10, then 10. Oh yes, 40k right there against a 20k base. Good stuff.
This is going to get to
Matt's throwing down that Tolpaz. He's not happy about this swing.
Tolpaz, fair enough. Twin Drive. Heal Trigger.
Ooh, Heal Trigger. Definitely something good for Thunder there.
This is why Arshes is the god. I will give all effects to... I'll just give all effects to Galadine, yeah. I may as well. And second check. Critical Trigger. I will give... Yeah, I mean, I'll split it. I'll give the power and crit. I'll give the power here, crit to Galadine.
Alright, that means that Galatine's going to be swinging for 50,000 with the critical. A very nice magic number, because that means that two 15Ks wouldn't be able to guard the 20k base Estacion when Galatine comes in for 50.
So you said 40k, right?
Yeah, 40k.
Alright, so I'm going to use a 15k heal to guard, and then I'm going to activate the effect of Winter in my hands to discard and give my Vanguard plus 10k.
Ooh, guarding very nicely for Estacion on a 25k base. Turns out I was wrong about the extra 10k, but neglecting the fact that Estacion was in at grade 3, yet Galatine's not quite at full power. Oh, it's unfortunate too for Thunder. If only they had put more power on it, but they still managed to demand a good bit of shield on this, so at least they're starting to make up for lost time here.
I will go 33 on Vanguard.
No guard.
Ooh, 33.
Okay.
All right, taking a damage. Oh, and a very nice damage check for Thunder to see in this scenario right here. Now they've evened up the score at 3-3, and both seeing a pretty decent field here. Thunder's a bunch of cards in the hand, but they still have the ability to use their field as defense as well, and that could be a great X factor here in this scenario. Now, turn passes back over to Estacion.
Right. And let's see. Have only 4 gauges right now, so I'll start by doing Estacion's skill, Counterblast 1. I get another token. This token is going to be put as a gauge. And since I only have 5, only look at the top 3 here.
Estacion beginning with its own skill right away. This may imply something about the state of Maz's hand, as they're not able to get some fodder out there off the bat.
Please don't get a PG, please don't get a PG, please don't get a PG.
Oh no, I didn't get a PG. I got another mushrooms.
Okay, fair enough.
Oh, Matt's breaking the potentially bad news over to his opponent there.
All right,
You know what? Fair enough. If you get mushrooms, you get mushrooms.
I will then use the blast token. I will put 3 tokens in, and I will draw a card.
All right, so they're continuing to dig and build up that hand for the price of using up the field there. Now, are they able to find anything good off of these extra draws and searches?
So since I have 8, that means that there's a plus 10k to the front row.
All right, blast token showing its signature ramp ability right there. And very nicely, because it's specifically at 8, when Estacion goes in for the attack, discards 2 gauges, he'll still be at the perfect 6 necessary to keep the 10k to the front row. Oh, Estacion actually just swinging right here. Either Maz is playing very conservatively, or he did not find very good calls from the hand.
I'm gonna call Winter straight from deck. Oh, and I forgot to remove my 2 gauges. I will be removing the order and a token from the gauges. Skill of the order, since it was removed, I'm going to give +5 to Winter. And Winter, because it got placed by a card effect, cannot be chosen by your effects, and also gains a critical.
Ooh, all right. Now it's looking like Estacion is going to try and go for some nice guaranteed critical pressure from the rear guard there. In addition to the rear guard also being a defensive unit during the opponent's turn. So this may imply that Estacion is trying to play a little bit of the long game. Not very surprising for Maz here, who's always been in more of the grind late game kind of mindset, you know, harkening as a Maker Colony player from various different eras. So this is going to be coming in for a total of 28, it looks like, on the Vanguard.
28, which means I'll go okay, let's do this. I will activate Chant of Charity in order to move in order to effectively intercept with extra steps. Then that makes me a 23. Then this is 38,
Apparently,
and this is 53. Should be a no pass.
Yep, no pass.
Interesting. Okay, so he's taking absolutely no chances here. Despite the high quantity of triggers that Estacion has seen, he may have been convinced there was more coming on the way there. There is one, though. Uh-oh, Winter Dragon coming on in there to pressure in some extra bit of damage.
Why don't you give all the effects over to the token?
Winter Dragon's not going to be the recipient. Rather, looks like it's coming down to the token. Looks like Maz is trying to guarantee 5 damage of either of these hits. A bit of a sneaky strategy that just might prove fruitful.
So 25 to your Vanguard with 2 crits.
Guard.
And then this will be 28 at your Vanguard with 2 crits.
Think.
Okay, now Alden's got a decision tree here. Perhaps he's now regretting going a bit too hard on that guard there, but at the same time, it does mean that if he can guard this one pretty easily, he will have effectively safely gone past his turn. Still, Estacion's building up quite the hand and a good defense to boot.
Yeah, I have a plan. I will Chant of Charity my Perfect Guard and discard Tolpaz.
The Tolpaz that was seen earlier from the skill of the ride line now uses the discard fodder for it. The Chant of Charity definitely helping to survive the turn quite nicely here. Really good use of the board. A classic hallmark of good Alden gameplay, being able to use that board for both elements. Now Alden comes back for turn 4. Let's see if they manage to keep a Persona Ride in the hand or not.
I call Rasional.
Oh, all right, that confirms it. No Persona right here, so we're looking at some pretty base numbers at the moment. Calling Rajan out for the draw, and a note to the audience out there that Divine Skill is still alive, but now Alden finds himself in a very precarious situation because the Divine Skill requires Soul Blast, and so does Rajanel's Restand ability. So just as we saw from the feature match in round 3 of Stage 1, we once again find ourselves in a very tight choke point, a crossroads if you will, on this resource here. How will Alden decide to use Soul in this game?
I call Iltrid and Aegismere Dragon.
Oh, all right, filling the board from the hand there, and something tells me that means that we're not going to be opting for Divine Skill yet here either. Instead, we're going to keep using the hand board combo in tandem with the Church. Okay, Alden's definitely playing the game here.
Alright. With a boost from Illtrid, Razian will attack, so this is 26 to the Vanguard.
No guard. Damage check, no trigger.
Ooh, having a damage check at PG, but on the bright side for Maz, by taking that, he likely is denied heals for Alden here.
With a boost, 0 attacks. With its skill, add an extra 10,000 because you're at grade 3. So this is 10, 20, 33 to Vanguard.
Ooh, 33.
Using the Winter Dragon, I'm going to retire to give plus 10k to my Vanguard, and then guard up another 15k.
Maz guarding this without flinching. He has already built this turn out in his head.
With a boost, Alden attacks. With its skill, draw 1 card, and then Superior Call Galatine from the hand.
Ooh, another 0. Oh, now let's see if he wants to use the CB skill here as well for some extra card advantage. I don't know, though. With 0 skill, when it's placed, as long as you don't have the same rear guard, you won't be able to do it, but at the same time, it's still double the beaters on that field, and because of Illtrid's skill, there'll be a whole medley of restants at this moment. Okay. Oh, and look at that board.
How much is this swinging for?
19, 1-9.
19.
Maz considering here.
Here to put me up to 43.
Ooh, 43,
Okay,
making it
that's
an over to pass on Alden.
Okay, Twin Drive. First check. Oh, hi, Dollface. Second check. Critical trigger. Okay, wow, I didn't think that would work. You know what? I think I have to do this, yeah. I will go all effects to 0.
Okay, 0 receiving all the critical effects this time. That puts 0 at an astronomical amount. Now, this time it will be able to get the 10,000 power, putting it at a total of 63 when you include the column here. That's so powerful that not even an OT guard could stop on its own. Oh,
Okay,
Elementaria Sanctitude coming on down to stop that, and discarding the Autumn Dragon, which is very favorable circumstances for Maz here, as he could recur that back later, but there's still one more attack to consider.
And I'll be taking this last one.
All right, Estacion going to 5 there. Ooh, having a damage check into the PG. That definitely helps make up for the lack of Persona Ride from Alden there. Still being able to man decent hand and also being able to min-max. And those damage checks mean that if he does get a Persona Ride, ooh, it could be bad. All right, now we're moving over to Estacion's turn while Thunder goes ahead and puts his trusty promo into the sold there. A card that has really swung the game in his favor from his last feature match. This one has also proved the test of might against Estacion. All right, now Estacion indeed finding its Persona Ride, getting an extra drop from that and 10,000 to the front row, and another 10,000 thanks to the blast gauge. Now let's see how much he'll be able to do on this turn. He's using skill of Estacion, which allows him to now look at the top 5 because he's hit the 6 or more gauge requirement. One interesting thing to note about this skill from Estacion is that while you look at it, you don't have to reveal the card that you add to the opponent, and because of that, it does hold an element of mystery. All right, Estacion here now being able to add a card. Ah, here comes Alvina. Now, unfortunately for Maz, having to waste a little bit of energy due to not finding it earlier, but now that they have Alvina in the mix, they'll be able to recycle back the Vital Blaze Blast that they discarded earlier as a gauge. Vital Blaze Blast then being able to be used in tandem now, getting him another gauge and another superior call to the field. It looks like Estacion is making it for lost time. Now, what will he call off that top 5?
I think I'm gonna, yeah.
Ah, calling the Autumn Dragon here, which whenever placed gets an immediate token to the field there. Probably looks to be good fodder for Blast Gauge.
Then I'm gonna use the token. Put 2 in. Draw a card. And because another gauge was placed, the Autumn Dragon in my drop now triggers. Counterblast 1, call it out, and on the call, once more, I get another token.
Fascinating.
Oh,
Maz not eating the entire 3 for the token, which is a bit of an odd strategy, as if it would have hit 11, they would have been able to maintain the 15k to the front row even after discarding Blast Gauge. But perhaps they're just trying to min-max the card advantage element, because that extra second might have actually meant in an open space depending on their hand. Okay, now they're confirming an Energy Blast 7 there to use the leftover energy after using Alvina. Perhaps they can get a good draw here. 20,000 power to the front row now. Oh boy, it's been a while since Full Blast, hasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Now he's calculating the power bonuses on Alvina, and it looks like it's about time for battle.
So this is going to swing 30 at your van here.
Thinking. This is... Yeah, let's do this. I will guard and guard. Skill of Dilphase at 5,000 to the shield, so this is 38.
Alright,
Unfortunately, overguarding a little bit with Thunder. Huh, perhaps he wants to keep 0 on the field.
And do I still have... Yes, I do.
Alright, getting rid of 2 Blast Gauge in order to get out the Winter Dragon once more, opting for that mix of critical pressure and defensive bonuses. Now Estacion coming in for a total of 33. Now let's see here, did he discard a Vital Blaze Blast? Looks like he did, so he'll be able to give another 5,000 power to a unit. It looks like the Autumn Dragon was the recipient of that power bonus.
So we are swinging here for 18, 28, 33 at your Vanguard.
I'm not going to lose this turn. Perfect guard. Since I have one or less
perfect guarding from the hand.
Aegis Mirror is free.
Ah, alright, and it looks like this was Thunder's plan all along. By being able to use the extra card in the hand, they were then able to use Aegis Mirror for free, which is also nice, because that means the Aegis Mirror on the field can also be free. Ah, so even though they used a little bit of extra shield there, they were ultimately able to save themselves on some extra cards. So it turns out it was not a misguard at all. He had a plan behind it. Okay, now front row getting a little bit of extra bonus here. There's still 3 damage on board, so even though Aegis Mirror is there, he could still do some damage here. Looks like the Winter Dragon is coming in first.
This is 48 on your Vanguard, I believe, or is it 43? Hold on. 25, 30, yeah, 43 on your Vanguard.
It's got an extra critical behind it as well. Ah, now sliding the Aegis Mirror over there. Once again, it's a free PG, effectively. Oh, Alden definitely being able to survive the turn at this rate.
And this will be 50 onto the rear.
No guard.
Okay, and 0 goes bye-bye. All right, now it looks like things are starting to turn a little bit in Alden's favor, but he still has a lot of open spaces on the board and 1 card in the hand, 2 when he draws. Let's see if Alden will be able to make a comeback with just those odds.
I call Razianel. With its ability, draw 1 card.
Ooh, getting another draw there. Very nice for Razianel to be able to see that at this instance.
Okay. I call Razianel. And now, let protection descend. Divine skill.
Ah, and now finally on its 5th turn, the Divine Skill finally procs here at the time of truest need. And calling the Razianel to the back row, presumably to power up an incoming booster. Very clever Thunder to do that.
There you are. I call Dilphase and Iltrid.
Ooh, getting up the A-team right there. The strongest booster, one of the strongest attackers, and Dilphase being able to activate its skill right away because it was called by the ability of Alden over a unit for 10,000 power. And that's in addition to the 2 doses of 10,000 power from both Raji and Nelf. This is absolutely massive numbers coming in, even without the use of Persona Ride.
With its skill, 3 out, which means this is my best bet. I'll give 10,000 power to Iltrid.
All right, giving it to Iltrid to double dose on those values there.
I'll call Razianel, and yeah, I mean that should be good enough. Okay, I'll just do it. I will go. This will be funny if it hits 13k Vanguard.
I will intercept.
Okay, fair enough. I will now go for the big one. This is 33 boost, 20k attack. So this is 53 on the Vanguard.
53 on the Vanguard. So for that to not hit, 53 on 13. I need 48k guard, correct?
All right, looks like he's debating with it being a 50, 53. He needs 45 shield in order to get through that. That's like 3 15Ks right there.
So yeah, so I'm going to use the Winter Dragon.
Okay, it's 1.
That's 10k. I'm going to guard if a critical, and then I'm going to use Eldamar, skill Eldamar. I'm going to remove the grade 0 and the grade 1 that's in my drop zone to give it another 15k.
Okay.
Ooh, all right, and that is going to be sufficient here.
Alden attacks with its skill. I draw yet another card, and I will call Razianel on top of Razianel.
And because of that, that's an extra 10,000 power to the Razianel, in addition to 10,000 from Alden's own skill for 20,000 power total, which is the reason they opted against using the Dilpragi there, instead saying that the numbers from the back end of Razianel is going to be superior overall, as well as the restand bonus. Using both soul that they got from the Iltrits, oh boy, this promo is definitely showing its worth here. If anyone ever wanted to showcase on just how valuable this is to the Alden strategy, this is it. Now Alden coming in for a mere 13 on 13.
So what are the numbers on the other two right now?
Razianel is 33, and the other column is the exact same.
They're both 33s.
No, the other column is the same as before. So
okay.
I forgot what number that was. I'm sorry.
One is 33 and one is 53 there. And that's not even including a potential triggers that might come on down. With only 6 cards in the hand, can Estacion survive this?
How many triggers have been seen so far?
Well, you can see the ones in my drop, so I'll just check the damage. There. So there's 1 in damage. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in drop.
All right, it looks like cumulative 9 known based on the count there.
1 to pass.
Oh,
okay.
1 to passing. It's gonna come down to this. It looks like, ladies and gentlemen, can Alden hit 1 more trigger to break through to the future? It's coming down to the Twin Drive Classic Vanguard here.
First check.
No trigger.
Second check.
And that's a no trigger. Oh no. Alden not being able to seal the deal with that attack.
33.
Guard with a heal trigger and guard of an Alvina.
Okay, going up to 38 there.
GG.
And using the final perfect card in deck to stop that last full strength attack. Iltrid going to Soul at end of turn. It's back over to Estacion again. Wow. And just when it looked like all hope was lost, Estacion manages once again to clutch up on it. Still, it's not. Oh, and being able to Persona ride off from the top there. That's absolutely incredible here. Estacion's going to be coming back for 1 more full strength attack. Can Thunder survive against this, even though he's only at 3 damage? But at the same time, Estacion definitely has means to get damage racked up quite quickly, especially because of the use of the Winter Dragon. Final Blaze Blast coming on down is engaged and getting some extra reinforcements on the field there. Oh, calling the mushrooms yet again for an encore performance. Getting 2 tokens for the price of 1. And we're going to see if those tokens are going to be converted into blast token. With the Autumn Dragon in the drop zone, after converting them, he'll be able to call them back just to be able to get the board back there. Wow, it's just one medley of card advantage after the other for Estacion. And he's eating the 12. And because of the 12, that's going to be an extra 20,000 power to front row, in addition to the extra 10,000 for Persona Ride, for 30,000 to the front row, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely massive. Now Autumn Dragon can come on down at this moment if it's chilling out there in the drop zone. There it comes. For the price of a counter blast, you'll be able to come back and also get an extra token to go with it. Okay, Estacion's skill now also triggers. He's going to need a CB again, but he can get an extra card off the top 5 there. Damn, just when you think it was looking bleak, just just a constant stream of different skills here to get Estacion back to where it needs to go. All right, Estacion throwing in another card into the gauge there.
And I'm adding nothing.
Okay, he adds nothing, which might indicate a really nice medley of different triggers in that deck there. Ooh, the Dragon of Four Seasons is looking in top form here. He just needs to call one more space on the board and he'll be ready to go. And Ignacio, the Summer Dragon, it hadn't appeared yet in this game in any prominent capacity, but now it comes on down. Unfortunately for Ignacio, it won't be able to activate its skill quite yet because the stun effect is tied to what it's called by the card ability, but it's still an extra 5k shield and power there, meaning it'll be able to go for a mildly stronger attack.
That's plus 30k to front row thanks to Persona and also the blast token.
This is intimidating.
Checking something real quick. Perfect. Okay. So, Alvina has +2 on her thanks to her skill. And we are going to go ahead and just start attacking. So we are going to swing 40 at the Vanguard.
All right, battle has been declared here. Ignacio coming in hot against the Vanguard. Ooh, it might be a 5 attack turn here or a 4 attack with Winter. That remains to be seen here. But depending on which decision Thunder makes might influence how Maz approaches this attack pattern. It's going to come down to the crucial checks here. Can Thunder see something good? Will he be able to guard this attack? Or is Estacion going to claim victory on this turn? We're about to find out.
No guard.
Damage checking. Ooh, that's a blank so far. Okay.
Alright. Swing with the Estacion skill once more.
Ooh, Estacion coming on in, and because he's attacking with that Vanguard first, that almost certainly means Winter Dragon, and there it is, Winter Dragon coming on back. In this entire game state, we haven't seen the use of the Autumn Dragon as a multi-attack tool because it seemed like crit has just overall been better here. Now we've got a really big moment. Alden's sitting at 4 damage. Estacion is coming in hot for a total of 48. And if that wasn't enough, the Winter Dragon has a guaranteed crit there. If there's one way to survive this, we're going to see it.
It's -5 more because I'm not at 12 anymore, so...
43 is now coming on in against Alden. What's he going to do about it?
43. I need to think. In that case, I suppose I'll have to rely on the 10 in 12 chance you don't draw crit. No guard.
Alright, first check. Critical trigger!
Oh!
Speak it all into existence.
Oh no! Estacion hitting a critical trigger yet again. Just when you think Alden could escape his fate, it once again comes down to Estacion constantly critting the opponent. That may be the theme of the entire match, but it's not over yet. There's still 2 trigger checks there, and as we know, we haven't yet to see OT. First check is no trigger, and then the second check is going to be... No, it's a no trigger. Alright, and that means Estacion is the winner of this very, very tight match. What a battle, though. Alden being able to keep it quite tight all around, but not quite where it needs to be in order to come to fruition there. However, having said that, this was still a strong back and forth. Both sides being able to show the absolute strength in their recursion and stability of strategies and good defensive qualities all around. Both fighters should be proud here because this was definitely worthy of Stage 2 of Deluxe. What do we think of the match? Let us know down in the comments section below. And if you're looking for more content like this, then definitely consider checking out the other Deluxe matches that have come before here. We've got one more in the wings before the end of round 1 of Stage 2, so you don't want to miss out. And in order to ensure that you don't miss out, like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that handy dandy notification bell. And with that said, take care and God bless.